We have Talisman versus Ikab. Begin. Fast forward a little bit, gets the action. Tier 2 start from Ikab. And music off. Pause, slow down. Okay, here we go. Right. So we have a slow start from Ikab. He's deciding to go for a very slow start with the tier 2 into a Maxim. Already wide off all the cover over here. Engineers going to try and hold their line against the Stern Pioneers, but we'll have to retreat because the Stern Pioneers will just destroy these guys. And he hasn't wired the cover off correctly here. He still is gaining bonuses from this cover. Meanwhile, Maxim's turned around to the side here. Not in a great spot. Easily being able to dodge that line of fire. He's going to reposition here. And very aggressive play from Desmond. Moving up 2 Volks here from each side. This Maxim has to retreat. And immediately, Talisman has got the control over the cutoff. I feel like this slow start is not very effective playing against OKW, because you just get outnumbered big time in the early game. And one crucial flank like that, and you're back against the wall. Ikab's got no resource income here, where Talisman has all the income.
I want a badge XD. You are a good commentator.
Thank you very much, dude. Well, if you'd like a badge, you have to subscribe to the channel, I'm afraid. But if you subscribe, you're supporting me, and I appreciate it. And you get access to my emotes as well. It's very important to, I think it's a good idea to go like conscript spam into maybe Maxims later on. Little Stern Pioneer finding a little angle here, but it's going to get suppressed. Maybe Taz being a little bit too aggressive there. And since Ikab has the home advantage of being able to reinforce him around his cutoff, he will be able to push Talisman back. That being said, though, Talisman has had his full fuel control on the left-hand side. And Ikab's just got no map control at all here. Meanwhile, Talisman also going on the far right-hand side and going for the fuel cap on the right. It's just gonna, he's not gonna be able to connect it up anytime soon. But by having it capped, it's going to further delay his opponent from capping it. And Ikab, doing a good job here, capping and wiring off at the same time, so his opponent can't benefit from the cover. And it looks like Ikab is going to try and make a play here. This Volk squad is probably going to get suppressed here. This one man is out of cover, and the Maxim is focusing that guy. And there you go, the squad gets suppressed. Even though they look like they were entirely behind green, the squad was entirely behind green cover. So bad play from Talisman there, not to reposition the squad, so it wasn't going to get suppressed. That squad is going to be forced back. Second Maxim now opening up, squad forced back. And we have look at that build from Talisman. 5 Volksgrenadier squads. You don't normally see that often, boys. Very aggressive play here. But I feel like, it's actually a good play, though. Normally, it'd be too much of a manpower bleed. But because he knows he's stalled his opponent of fuel, he can go for this without being punished. Because he knows his opponent hasn't got enough fuel to be able to call on a T-70 anytime soon. So the 5 Volksgrenadier build could really work out for him here. Especially with all the Maxims, like one Maxim being occupied in the house and another one over here. There's nothing to defend the cutoff. All Talisman needs to do is make an aggressive push. Maxim is now being repositioned. And a lot of you in chat may be wondering why I'm actually casting rather than playing myself the last couple of days. It's because I want to, I'm analysing my opponents, and at the same time, it's less stressful to play myself as well. And I feel like I have the skills needed to beat anyone. What I lack is the build order knowledge to beat my opponent, which is probably the #1 thing now that I need to work on. But rest assured, I will still be practicing, probably do some games today still. But I do like to cast. So anyway, back to the game. Talisman getting the cut off a second time, so again starving out Ikab's fuel. Ikab forced to get a guard squad out now. Try and push back. Volk squad has been suppressed on the fuel point. Looks like he's going to try and flank him with a Volk squad here, but that second Maxim's going to cover. Oh, that makes him so is busy trying to fend off this other Vox grenade squad. So good play from Talisman, coming in from too many angles for his opponent to deal with. Again, easy flank here. He manages even to lob an incendiary grenade against the Maxim in the house. Easily dodges the grenade there. Maxim over here has been flanked as well. Looking very bad for Ikab, and a Panzer II is on the way. I'd imagine the next thing in Ikab's build should be a Ziz gun. Meanwhile, on the far right-hand side of Vox Squad is going to go up and try and disconnect the fuel once more.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Vox Squad's going to be back in cover over there. That's a better positioning of that Vox Squad now. Should not get easily suppressed.
We have now installed a field hospital.
Though he might be slightly sticking it out of cover here. We'll see. Maybe just slightly. I think he still might get suppressed there. Yeah. Maxim is focusing on the one man that's out of cover. That's why I see that guy die quite quickly. It's the problem, like, let me just pause the game for a second. It's the problem with these types of sandbags if your squad is bigger than 5 guys or 4 guys. Like, 4 guys can safely sit behind this cover and not get suppressed, but a 5th guy, there's always going to be that one guy that sticks out. On the other hand, you got Soviets that have this big long cover here, which means that they, you know, it's a lot bigger than this cover here. So the entire 6-man squad can sit behind this and not get suppressed. One guy is not going to be able to stick out of cover. Not many people realise that. But, you know, you always got to pay attention to maybe the one guy that sits outside of cover. Hopefully, they might fix that in future installments of the Co franchise, but we'll see. That is something that I would like to talk to Relic about. Making sure all squad is behind cover. I mean, yes, you know, like Black says, you can't, you should, just build 2 of those sandbags, and yes, that would fix the problem. That is true, but it takes twice as long to build it, and you might not have the time to build 2 of them. And also, building 2 of them would open up, would give your opponent cover as well. Since this one sandbag here can only be used by the south side player because it's up against the VP point, right? Again, he's going for the point over here on the right. Conscript squad. Easily retreated, forced back by the Panzer II. But, for some reason though, Talisman did not bother chasing that squad all the way back to base. Maybe he's just, worried that he might be being baited into a mine or something. But, he had an opportunity to push in there, he didn't. Incoming Ziz gun is out now from Ikab. Now Ikab's unit army is looking to be evening out compared to Talisman. This is the point in the game where Ikab is going to be able to make a comeback if he plays correctly. Vox Squad being pushed back. Ziz gun gets a decent shot in against the Panzer II. It's going to receive another one here, but it misses the second shot. Where the stern pioneers? On the left-hand side, he's going to get healed up quickly, and the decap is on once more for Talisman against Ikab. Interesting commander selection from Ikab. He's chosen for the late-game ISU. For a map which is big, open and big like this, the ISU is actually a very good unit to have for this map specifically. Talisman, he needs to add something else to his build. What's he going to plan to get next? He's got the manpower to call on another unit if he wants to. He could get machine gun or a Getting and Werfer out. But considering how well Talisman's gone for the cutoff and disconnect his opponent resources, the VP are practically even still. Ziz gun is going to open up. Ooh, the Panzer just reverses back in time before Ziz gun gets a shot off. So he's getting healed up, and now we see a Stuka being built from Talisman. That is a very good choice in my opinion, because he's now up against the support army. Like a quarter, or maybe a quarter, no, rather a third, at least a third. A third of Ikab's forces are support weapon based, and all he needs is a good Stuka barrage on the Ziz gun and to kill that off, and then the Panzer II's got free reign. But I like to see that Panzer II being a lot more aggressive and using it around the flanks. He knows the Ziz guns around the centre. Not sure why he's not being aggressive with it around the flank. Sturm's getting immediately retreating back as soon as they see the Maxim there. And Talisman are going to send a little contingent of Volksgrenadiers around the far right-hand side flank. ICAB probably won't see this. Yeah, if he's going to go all the way around the right-hand side there. Maxim does not provide vision on that side there. And the Ziz gun is slightly out of position, going to be repositioned now to the left. Here come the Volks squads down the mid. Ziz gun is going to open up here. Nope, it's going to reverse back, which is probably the right thing to do because he's got nothing to defend the Ziz gun. There's no infantry there to support, so he's going to reverse. But now's the time to push him with the Panzer II. Talisman, again, being very slow to do so. He's got opportunity now to be aggressive, but he's just sitting around with that Panzer II. A little bit like how I was playing with my Panzer II versus him the other day. Ziz gun gets a very tasty shot against these Volks. Incoming Stuka barrage, going to land right in the middle here. Onto the Ziz gun. Ooh, completely annihilates the Ziz gun. Very good first barrage there. However, I personally would have probably Stuka'd a machine gun crew on the forward flank, because if I just Stuka the Ziz gun near the base, he's just going to recruit, right? I know I'm not going to be able to wipe the thing because you will not. Stuka's rockets aren't that powerful. So yeah, you'll be able to destroy the crew, or kill the crew off, but he's just going to recruit it. So you're not done too much damage there. At least if he Stuka's a forward machine gun, he might be able to wipe it on retreat and then recruit it himself. Again, Panzer II sitting back. Only this Panzer II has been on the field for at least 4 or 5 minutes. Only 2 kills to his name. Not really a good investment here, and because of this, it's allowed ICAB to gain back half the map, or even more than half the map now. For the first time in this game, he's got better map control than his opponent. Volksgrenadier squads taking up the last medical package in the base. Talisman commander choice has been selected. He's going to go Panzer II Stuka into the Panther, which is quite a nice build. He needs to make sure he retains control over his fuel point. And again, Panzer II just not finding an angle. Every time he tries to poke his head, he's either up against a Ziz gun or guards behind cover. It's just not, Panzer II is not going to be a worthwhile investment here. Using the Ziz gun to destroy the cover here is a very wise move from ICAB. The Ziz gun is being a bit inaccurate here. Looks like an incendiary grenade is going to be lobbed over the hedge to try and take out the mortar. Misplay from ICAB. I imagine Talisman to do it. Oh no, instead we're going to see infiltration grenades, so the commander choice has been obviously. So now ICAB should be wise to this. Unfortunately for Talisman, they don't manage to wipe any of those guys. Stuka firing in again at the centre. He's got to be very careful here, coming in. Oh no, those rockets. Ooh, the last one actually doing some work there, but most of them were kind of off-centre. ICAB has got to pay attention to this Ziz gun. If he doesn't repair it in between Stuka rockets, he'll end up losing the entire vehicle. So he needs to be very careful. And if he loses that Ziz gun, the Panzer II is going to have free reign. Nice grenade against the Volks squads. They probably should retreat here. And a machine gun on the left flank should secure that. Oh, the conscripts are going to try and go for the flank there, but decide better against it because he knows he can't follow it up with anything because the Panzer II is there as well. But map control now in favour of ICAB with the VP control as well. We now see, finally, we see some tier tech from ICAB going up to tier 3, can now afford it. I wonder what he's going to go for here. Maybe an SU-76 would complement his build right now. Pop down some more med supplies at base, so, Talisman, it's quite expensive. 45 munitions to constantly keep healing up his entire army. Whereas his opponent has constant heals for free after a stock, investment of 250 manpower. Finally using the Panzer II a little bit more, you know, aggressively around the flank side here, but this gun is going to fend it off. Panzer II finally going to get veterancy 1. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, infantry making a play. Probably should use the Panzer II on the left-hand side. He knows this gun's on the right, so he should instantly try and swap around the Panzer II to the left side. Stuka's probably going to open up over here on the left-hand side. It is poised to fire. It is ready to fire. Talisman, will he fire it? Now would be the perfect time to fire, since there's 2 engagements happening on 2 sides of the field, so his opponent might be distracted. Oh, Talisman a bit asleep at the wheel there, literally, with the Stuka. Could have had a prime time to fire it there against the Maxim, potentially. Oh, he's now firing. He's deciding to fire on the left-hand side fuel point. Oh, almost wiping the entire conscript squad there. Has he got anything to follow up? There's been an ICAB late on the retreat there as well. He probably should be able to finish off. Here comes the Panzer II. Oh, he's slow. He needs to move in now. He had the opportunity to wipe the conscript squad. He still might do. Oh, but the squad is going to get away. Talisman, too slow on the manoeuvring of the Panzer II. He stopped it for, you know, if he hadn't stopped the Panzer II then and gets it moving forward, he would have been able to pick up that squad. 1 or 2 shots from the Panzer II would have killed that. However, that being said, Talisman has made some good progress onto the cutoff of ICAB outside his base. And ICAB finding himself getting stretched here. He's got his army split off. This gun might be in danger here. Oh, a tasty grenade hit! Oh, damn, Talisman not paying attention to his Volk squad there. Very good grenade there from ICAB, lobbing it onto that Volk squad, getting the whole wipe practically, and finishing her off, the one man that was left off. And Talisman immediately opting to go and instantly rebuild the Volk squad he lost. Not sure that might be the right play to make, since he has tier 4 up, and he probably should just get Obers instead now. 4 Volk squads is enough. He has the manpower to do so. Also, I find it surprising that he has not decided to invest at all into a single Raket, because now he needs one against the SU-76. Grenades coming in, infantry grenades coming in against the flamethrower squad, but they are kind of displaced and not very accurate. Again, what's this, eh? This Panzer II has been on the field for what, 9 minutes or so? 7 kills to his name. It's not good, man. Not good enough. He tries to pop on cautious movement then just to try and be sneaky. This SU-76 is going to be probably too aggressive here. Talisman slow to jump out of the building to get the Faust off. He could have gotten the Faust off from that unit in there easily, but he didn't. Wasn't fast enough there. And also, again, if he had a Raketen out, which he definitely could have afforded, he might be able to finish that SU-76 off quite easily in combination with the Faust. But, you know, instead Talisman opting to go for the extra Volksgrenadier squad. Now he's going for the Obers. Here comes the Stuka shot into the middle. He's dropped a flare in the sky so he can see where his enemy units might be at. Not a good Stuka shot there. That's kind of obvious that was going to happen. If you're going to flare and then Stuka the exact same spot, it's very obvious where the Stuka's going to land. Probably shouldn't have done that. So that Stuka shot didn't do too much. Also, this house here is very weak. One decent SU barrage would destroy that house and kill the squad inside. And now Talisman probably saving up all his fuel for a command. Actually, no, he built the tier 3 and sorry, the tier 4 instead. You know, he would have had enough fuel to be able to call on the command Panther if he wanted to by now, if he hadn't built tier 4, but he hadn't had the CPs for it. I don't think a command Panther would have been the best thing for the job at the moment either. So actually going for the tier 4 is probably the smart play, because he's not up against any vehicles apart from the SU-76, and a single Raketen can deal with that. Panzer II finally getting veterancy 2, going to pull back. But as this game is progressing, I feel like ICAB is getting stronger and stronger. Now a T-70 in the build for ICAB. Don't agree with that. You know, he already has the infantry advantage in my opinion. He's got the support weapons. He's got that Vet Guard squad. I really don't think going for the T-70 is the right thing to do here. But maybe he might want, you know, it's not terrible decision, because you could use the T-70 around the flanks And you know he knows his opponent's got Panzer II, so you know this T-70 is more than a match for a Panzer II. It wins on a one-on-one fight. But you know, where are the Raketans from Talisman? T-70 going to chase this Open squad back to base. It looks like doing what Talisman did not on the opposite side, and he might even lose his first Ober squad here. There's nothing there to defend to stop that T-70 from chasing it all the way back to base. No mines either. He's now upgraded the squad as well, and the munitions wasted. Oh god, what are you doing, Talisman? You know, what looked like a really, really strong early game has gone into a terrible mid game. How you doing, Tobias? Actually, that T-70 build was actually a good choice in my opinion. Now I think about it, you know, I mean, because you know, if you wanted to, he's trying to save up for the ISU, right? And you know, if he was going to get something like a T-34, he has to buy Tier 4, build Tier 4, right? So he can only have one or the other. So getting the T-70 will allow him to actually still have enough munitions, enough fuel and manpower to be able to get up a to get the ISU on top of this. So this is probably a good build actually. So I revoke my previous comments about the T-70 being a bad unit. I think it's actually good for this choice, even if it's this late into the game. You know, especially with Talisman not neglecting to build Raketa weapons. Stuka coming in. Oh, a beautiful shot there. White finally getting a wipe there for Talisman. His first wipe of the game. Vet 3 or Vet 2 conscript getting annihilated on the retreat there. Very nice. And that's Stuka, 19 kills there. Compared to the Panzer II, which is 9. I'm thinking it might even be better go for a Stuka first than a Panzer II first, you know? We just have some Raketans nearby to stop the T-70 from charging in. Another grenade going in. Talisman not doing very well to dodge any of these grenades. Not by that one guard squad there, unfortunately. And a second guard squad is now out from Ikab, which is a good choice in my opinion, because he wants that more elite infantry into the late game. He can afford it, especially now he's lost one of those conscript squads. He's now going to buy himself a second engineer squad as well, which I think is a good thing, because he's got 2 vehicles. He's soon going to have the ISU out as well, so he's going to need to be able to repair it quite quickly. Meanwhile, what is Talisman doing? Decides to go for the Panzer IV. Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, fair unit to build right now, but hopefully, you know, he needs to be using it around the flanks because he knows his opponent has the Ziz gun and the Su-76 kind of centralized. So, but he's decided to put the Panzer IV straight into the middle. Instantly gets spotted. Flare goes up in the sky as well. I think from a tripwire flare, which is letting that Ziz gun know where he's at. And the Panzer IV doesn't have a first good few minutes. Panzer II was using cautious movement to hide. And the Panzer IV is going to move over to the left to try and fend off this push from the Soviet player. Meanwhile, a very nice mortar shot landing in against the Volk squad here. Needs to be careful here. Stuka shell coming in, probably in the centre. Oh, getting some really good shots in there against the guard squad. Almost wiping it. Vet True now achieved for the Stuka. And Ikab not reacting to the Stuka at all. He's just eating those shots. Not deciding to dodge or move or react. So I think the Stuka is definitely the MVP unit for Talisman right now.
Ready for further orders.
In on the right hand side. Lots of good play from Talisman to use those infiltration grenades to quickly clear a machine gun out of the house. There goes the veteran Maxim squad. However, these folks have got to be careful. There's nothing to defend them on the retreat path here. He immediately retreats. Panzer IV is on the other side of the map. Can't support. But the T-70 is being cautious itself. You know, he doesn't know if there's a Raketan lying in wait. And he could get easily picked off by a Falcon and a Raketan. But, you know, this is bad play from Ikab. Lets himself get Falcon, and there could have been a Raketan lying in wait, and that could be a dead T-70. But Talisman, again, for some reason, not going for a single Raket in this game. I don't know why. It's, you know, getting one early is still good because at least you might be able to get some veterancy on it, even if it doesn't get any kills, because then it'll be very good against dealing with the ISU coming into the late stage of the game. But yeah, Talisman not going for the IS thing. The hit, and the IS-2 is going to be coming out very soon. In 8 more fuel time. Here comes the Stuka again, probably on the middle, probably against the mortar crew. fairly decent Stuka, managing to snare the Zizgun crew. Probably going to get finished off by the Volk squad in the south. But Talisman is not chasing the squad, that Zizgun crew down, so he lets it get away. He could have finished it off then if he pushed forward with that Volk squad. Manages to get the foul stop on the Su-76. The Panzer IV is going to move in and probably finish it off. But here comes the ISU. Can the ISU come out in time to save the Su-76? Probably will not. Zizgun gets decrewed. And here comes the behemoth that is the IS-2. He's currently got armor-piercing rounds on to smash into the Panzer IV that was there, but he reversed back. Probably should have used the Panzer IV there to destroy the anti-tank when we had the opportunity to, because the Panzer IV was practically at full health, so it could have survived some shots from the IS-2 to manage to finish that off. So a mistake from Talisman there. IS-2 is on armor piercing, so it's not going to be too effective against this infantry. Loses the machine gun in its veterancy. He does end up recruiting it. Panzer IV, Panzer II just sitting back, not really being aggressive. Another grenade going off! This time Talisman manages to dodge it just in time. Stuka coming in again. It's going to be in the middle of the map, probably on this Maxim crew. It's going to be on this Maxim crew. And... ooh! Just the last rocket managing to snag it on the retreat path. Meanwhile, some defensive mines being planted by ICAB on the right-hand side. Very good positioning of those mines there. And also we've got to pay attention to ICAB's vehicle crews, especially this one that took a direct hit from a Stuka. Look at this, the vehicle crew of the Maxim has got less than half health on it. You know, don't be fooled. The squad might be fully healed up, but the vehicle crew itself is quite low. If a Stuka shot was to wipe that squad, the entire crew would die, and the vehicle and the weapon would actually disappear itself. So you need to constantly keep repairing these vehicles up, especially the Ziz gun. So this is what ICAB's been neglecting this game. ISU has been moved up. Using the T-70 in conjunction with the ISU is a very good idea, because it's giving that extra sight bonus, so the ISU can keep plinking away from max range. Very nice coordinated combined arms there from ICAB. This ISU is probably going to try and see if it can snag the squad and retreat here. Here comes an R2 bombing strike on the retreat. Probably going to lose the Volk squad. He does. One more Volk squad bites the dust. 200 munitions to wipe it, to ensure a wipe of a squad there. Maybe that was worth it. He's ahead. Stuka coming in again against the mid here. That was a terrible Stuka. The first poor Stuka shot. Oh, he lost the Stuka. Oh god. Talisman, most valuable unit, gets taken out by the IS-2. Oh no, that's GG there. That was his comeback unit. Losing the Stuka? No, there's no way. He has to rebuild the Stuka. Like, that's his only saving grace was the Stuka. He's got no way of combating all this Maxim. You know, he's rebuilt one of the Maxims. You know, the infantry can't push. We finally see a rocket. I really don't see Talisman coming back from this at all now. That is, you know, there's no way he's going to break this defensive line. He's got no indirect fire to counter these support weapons. He's going to have to either try an amazing flank. That's literally the only thing he can do. He has to pull off the greatest flank in company heroes history to be able to win this game. So Talisman, what was he lost? He's lost the Volk squad there. He lost the Volk squad, an earlier Volk squad to a grenade on this point here. He lost a Ober squad here. I think he lost another Volk squad somewhere else. I'm not sure. I think he probably lost 3 Volk squad this game and an Ober squad, and now the Stuka. Whereas on the other side of the field, I think a Maxim's been killed and a single conscript squad's been killed. Oh, this house here could go down. ISU just needs to attack ground through the hedgerow. Will he do it? Opportunity here. Here we go. He's going to do it. Attack ground coming in. Oh, but he changed his target. Talisman, what are you doing? Why would you risk that? And also, guys, because this is the house the side of the house that has the least damage taken. If a shot was to land on this side of the house would collapse, because you can see on the left hand of the side of the house, this has received the most damage. So one meaty shot there, and that house is gone. Trust me. So Talisman could have easily lost a squad then, but ICAB was slow to try and get the IS-2 to fire then. Mistake. And Talisman just trying to push in the middle again. You know, trying to push up against the brick wall. Another grenade going off. He eats another grenade here. IS-2 probably going to finish this other squad here. He gets buttoned as well. Armor piercing rounds being swapped in, possibly. No, he's still got HE rounds on here. Mistake there from ICAP to not change the ammunition over there. Possibly could have picked up the Panzer IV then if he had swapped the ammunition round in time. So a misplay there from ICAP. Good idea with the button on the guard squad though. But another Volk squad's going to get picked off by the T-70 in the north. This T-70. Oh god, there we go. It's not. I think this is GG. This has been GG for a while now. Panzer II, man, 10 kills this entire game. That T-70's come onto the field like what? Maybe 10 minutes after the Panzer II's come to the field, and it's got more kills than the Panzer II. And also, Talisman keeps attacking this IS-2 head on, and now the Schwer is in danger. But on the other hand, we now have the Panthers finally out. It misses its first shot. IS-2 still has got HE rounds on. The T-70's been spotted. He's going to try attack ground it from max range. Will he get it? Oh, he's so unlucky there. Slightly off center. And I think that's an Ober squad that is stuck in the treads of that T-70 still from earlier on in the game. That poor guy. Oh god! What are you doing, sir? Where are you going? Oh mate. I think where do we have it? Do we have this? Yeah. He's flying off into the distance to outer space somewhere. I don't know. The Ober finally gone and disappeared off into. Oh, there is it. Where is he? There he is. He landed over here. Oh dear. Anyway. I'm surprised I didn't spot that sooner, because that Ober must have been still in the treads of that T-70 from all the way back here a long time ago. What's the name of the song? The song is Shooting Stars by Bag Raiders, I think it's called. Panzer IV finally using the Panzer IV correctly and using it around the sides to attack ground through the hedgerow. Finally a good manoeuvre from Talisman with the Panzer IV. But again, he's going to keep trying to go for the central VP. You know, I think he should try and be pushing to the left and the right. This gun is in position, but he picks it up at the wrong moment. The ISU getting another decent shot in against the Volk squad. Here comes the Panzer from the side, going to use attack ground from the... I'm not sure why he's not using the Ziz gun or the SU-76 to return fire here. What he needs to do is up and turn around. Another good shot from the IS-2. How has he got vision for this? That is some... Wait, how does ICAP have vision? Wait 1 minute. Wait. Was it the Ziz gun? Ziz gun's tracking was activated. That was it. That's got to be it. Because the T-70's all the way back. T-70 got that on that great range. Yeah, he was Panzer IV and Panther weakened now. Now's the prime time for ICAB to put on the pressure onto Talisman. Here he goes. He's going to go straight up the middle, it looks like. Sorry, ISU. Sorry, not IS-2. My bad. It was a flare in the sky. Ooh! Damn, son. African ISU getting some really good shots in here. He might even try to attack ground through the hedgerow. Looks like he's going to try and see, but he's probably just going to hit this wall, unfortunately. Oh, damn! He managed to get through the hedgerow. I think he did I think he just spent a concrete round just to get through there. I don't know if he got a white then, but that was very impressive. It went right through the hedge and destroyed the wall simultaneously. I personally was not expecting that, and very good play from. Was it definitely a concrete round? It's not on cooldown. Yeah, I know, it's not on cooldown, so I'm thinking, was it a concrete round? I'm surprised that managed to smash right the way through the entire thing and get through there. Might have been a lucky shot. Normally it would hit the hedgerow, or it would hit the wall at least. Oh, he manages to get an engine damage on the Panzer II somehow. Even without a Faust, but probably Faust here from the Volks. Yeah, Volks managed to get the Faust in. Raketten, instantly been spotted out by the IS-2. He's popped on the marked vehicle, onto the ISU, sorry. But the Panther's going to go in for it here. He's going to fire in again. ISU down to half health. He's going to keep pushing forward here, but this Panther needs to be careful. He just received 2 penetration shots from this is. Oh, 2 more. The Panther needs to get the hell out of there. Where's the Sams at? Repairing the Panzer IV. Left hand side. Oh, another Volk squad's going to go down. Oh, PTRS picks him off on the retreat. Another squad here lost from Talisman. He's just not been able to keep his squads alive this game at all. Been eating grenades, late retreats. And on the other hand, Ikab has literally only lost 2 infantry squads this game, and 1 was down due to the Stuka, which, you know, it's kind of going to be, in a long game like this, it's going to be inevitable that you might end up losing at least 1 infantry squad to a Stuka at some point. But yeah, Talisman's infantry preservation this game has been very poor. And he keeps trying to attack down, you know, he keeps trying to use his vehicles down the main, you know, he keeps coming this way with his vehicles, his Panzer IVs. He needs to try and flank around and do some more flanking maneuvers. Come around the side. Why does he not take his Panzer IV to try and push this right side at all? Oh, the Raketten has spotted the Resistant out of position here. This gun's slightly out of position as well. Panzer IV can make a play here. Panther needs to push in as well this time. This is the moment. This is the moment that Talisman needs. All these vehicles are quite weak. But no. There's this gun. He's going to fend that off and he's going to be back onto repairs once more. He's going to try and recrew here. The IC is going to be moving up now. But again, he put the Panzer IV up the same, you know, he keeps attacking the same angle. And that's his downfall here. Keep attacking from the same angle is not going to help. Especially with fixed turret units like the Su-76 and the IS-2. You have to flank. Attacking from the straight away, keep hitting your head against the brick wall is not a smart move, and Talisman keeps doing that. Talisman has enough resources now to rebuild the Stuka. Was it Stuka? I should pronounce it, not the Stuka, Stuka. As people were telling me, it's pronounced. It looks like he's going to try and, now finally, maybe listen to me and move around the side. Nope. He gets spotted out again. There's this gun. Panzer II finally getting some more kills. Su-76 coming around the corner trying to see if he can find it. Panzer IV is focusing up on the Su-76. Su-76 deciding to hit the Panzer II. Panzer II almost going down to PTRS fire. It's going to get... No, he doesn't! A max range long shot from the Su-76 finishes it off. But Ikab's probably going to lose the Su-76 here. He does. But he's going to get AT grenade for his troubles. IS-2 is going to be there to maybe pick it off. Where's the Panther in all this? Panther's coming in. Oh, he spotted the IS-2. IS-2's been quite out of position. Vehicle button has been put on the Panther, so the Panther can't chase. He hasn't got the munitions to pop on marked vehicle either. Ooh. And both the Panzer IV and Panther are going to limp back. And because the ISU has the armor-piercing rounds on, it's not going to be very effective at finishing off that pack gun. And now we do see a second Raketten built from from Talisman, and he's now going to rebuild the Stuka, which is the smart play here. He needs to try and clear this defensive gun. One good solid Stuka that way, horizontally, would be very nice. But yeah, you know, Panzer II for the Su-76, probably better trade for Talisman, since that Panzer II really wasn't doing much the entire game. And to take out that Su-76 that was Vet 2 was quite good. On the other hand, we have Ikab deciding to queue up straight into 2 Su-76s. He's got plenty of fuel. I'm not sure that's a good decision to go for 2 Su-76s. He's got enough resources to go for a tier 4, maybe get himself a T-34 out to complement his army. You know, maybe one more Su-76, maybe rebuilding 1 Su-76 would have been a good idea, but having 2, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, he could even go for SU-85 if he wants to instead. Stuka needs to be very careful now because he lost it in the same place as he's about to fire. Stuka is now out once more. He fires. Getting a good shot here. The engineers! Oh, one engineer's going to get swiped. The second one almost gets swiped as well. Very good first barrage there from the Stuka, and it gets Veteran C1 immediately. However, on the left-hand side, Conscripts not able to get the AT grenade off for some reason. I guess they lobbed it too early. It's on cooldown. And the fresh issue 76 is now opening up onto this Panzer IV. Though, the guards are going to get this house. This house is incredibly weak. Ikab, what are you doing? Get out of the house. Oh, Jesus Christ. So lucky then, Ikab. The Panzer IV second shot, not able to bring the house down when it should have. Could have lost his Vet 3 guard squad then easily. What luck there from Ikab. That should have been so dead. That Panzer IV had 2 shots on the house, but let me just pause the game for a second. Remember what I was saying, guys. This side of the house has already taken quite a lot of damage to it. So from hitting the side of the house that's already taken a lot of damage, you'll do less damage. So what you need to do is you need to make sure, if you're up against a squad that in a house that's already practically destroyed, you need to make sure you don't tell your Panzer IV whatever you're shooting at the house to fire on the squad itself. What you need to do is shoot at the side of the house which has not been damaged the most. So hitting this side, or hitting, if you manage to hit this side of the house, or tack around the side of the house, you'd get the building destruction. So I guess there, the Panzer IV was already, the 2 shots already were hitting in the weak side of the house. That's why the house didn't go down. For those who are wondering. And again, and he can't lose the Sturms. He's got plenty of VPs. Why is he risking losing his Sturms right here? No, Talisman, what are you doing? He's put marked vehicle again onto the ISU. But he's got nothing. His Panzer IV is not there to help out at all, so he's wasted his resources there. And now he's thrown away his Sturms carelessly there. Why? He's still got over 200 VPs. He's not in a desperate situation for VP control right now. Huge waste of those Sturms. Using attack ground here to try and finish off the SU-76 here. He's going to lose one, but I think if he stayed there with one of those, he would have been able to get the wipe on one of those. He ends up losing both Raketans here. Huge loss then for Tasman again. And they could easily get recruit here from Ikab, but he is pop cap, so he's not going to be able to reinforce any of his squads if he does decide to pick them up. He's probably just going to go destroy them. Here comes the Panzer IV. Panzer IV needs to attack ground through the hedgerow and will take out this SU-76. I don't know. I don't think Tasman realises it only needs one more shot, and that SU-76 has been will go down. Stuka is ready to fire. I'm surprised that Ikab should hurry up and finish this game off, but he's just not. He's playing too defensive. He's just letting his opponent come to him every time, and you're not playing the aggressor. Talisman should have lost this game, 10, 20 minutes ago. 10, 50 minutes ago or something like that. See you later, Confetti. Take care, buddy. Glad you liked the stream. And Ikab playing out the long game, Ikab. Making sure he's getting rid of all the Raketan crews here so his opponent can't pick him up. Talisman. Met 2 now on the Panther. Here comes the Stuka. Going to be firing on the left-hand side. Probably going to miss everything. Oh no. It might find the mortar here. No. Yeah. Not a good second Stuka shot. Probably should have waited to figure out where enemy units were. He manages to recruit one of his Raketans. And again, Ikab had plenty of opportunities then to destroy that Raketan crew. The vehicle of the Raketan. But he doesn't go for it. ISU should start opening up again here. Meanwhile, ISU now giving another good shot in here. Tasman continuously trying to push up the central aisle, and this 23 kills now on this ISU. He's got a lot of efficiency. Ikab doing so well that he's now decided to put down caches down onto the map to increase his munition income. Panzer IV has to be careful here. Up against an ISU and 276. Mark vehicle is now put on it as well. He needs to reverse out there as quickly as possible. Blitzkrieg has been engaged, and he gets out of there just by the skin of his teeth. Panther needs to be careful himself. Raket and Werfer can't fire because it's been shot blocked, I think. No, it's okay. But the SU-76 needs to reverse it. Raket might get another shot in here. Does it? No, yes it... Oh, it just missed. He needs to pull back now. Just pull back and repair all the tanks. Oh, the Panther receives another nasty ISU, so it needs to pull back and repair. Most of this infantry is in dire need of heals as well. And now we see a Jagdpanzer choice from Talisman. Very good choice here. SU-76 going to go down here. What is Ikab doing? Luckily for him, the Jagdpanzer misses its shot. His second shot does not. He needs to reverse it though. Reverse the Jagdpanzer. It's going to go down. Oh Jesus Christ! What's he doing, man? He's... Ooh. Both players there playing carelessly, in my opinion. You know, the Jagdpanzer could have easily gone down. He took too long to reverse it. He brought in, you know, an SU-76 squad. An SU-76 which only needed one more shot to be destroyed. Yet he put it on the front line. That was careless. He should have reversed that back and healed it back up. Some careless plays here from both players, I'm afraid. You know, both players, all vehicles are low health. Panther's been fully repaired, so the Panther can maybe make a play here, push in and take out maybe the IS-2. Also, the Ziz gun is almost just decrewed. It's very low health. He probably should bring that back to base and heal it up and repair it as well. But let's see what he does with the Panther. Panther's going to move in here. It's probably going to receive an AT grenade. Oh, please don't tell me you're going to send it down the middle again. And it looks like Ikab is set in the SU-76 ways. He's going to keep making more of them rather than tech up and use his fuel advantage. I still think Ikab's got this game in the bag, but the longer he doesn't, if he doesn't manage to wipe any of this Axis armor, he's going to end up, finding it a lot harder and harder to win this game because the Axis, especially with the veterancy on all these units, the Panther's Vet 2, soon to be Vet 3. Vet 3 Panther's going to be very hard to kill. Especially, if a Jagdpanzer gets some veterancy on it as well, that's going to be easily being able to deal with SU-76s. And here we go. Raket finding an angle on the T-70 here. Almost wiping that. Incoming, the Stuka barrage probably onto the SU-70s. Sorry, the Ziz gun, but again, that Stuka barrage totally missing out of nowhere, That's, again, a very poor Stuka shot. Could have done very well then to clear something. Here comes the Vet 3 ISU now. 26 kills to its name. Infiltration grenades used, but easily dodged by Ikab. Grenade going in. But Tasman's Volk squad is already retreating. Could go down to the IS-2 on long range shot. Decides to fire on the Panzer 4 instead. Infiltration grenades coming in against the IS-2 here. Sorry, against the Ziz gun. Easily dodged though. Jagdpanzer's been moved up to try and get some shots in against the ISU. We'll need to pull back here because the ISU is formidable now at Vet 3 and does fire quite fast. I feel like what Talisman would benefit from is a second Pioneer squad here, second Stern Pioneer squad, so he can repair his vehicles up faster. He does have the mechanized, which is also repairing his vehicles faster, but it's not working. He's now going for Obers. I don't think Obers is a good choice here because they're expensive. The ISU is just going to be wrecking them really quickly. Panther moving in, finding a nice shot on the SU-76s. 2 shots bounce, 1 does not. ISU coming in. Oh, landing a direct hit on that Ziz gun. Now's the perfect time to move in with the Panther and the IS and the Jagdpanzer because that Ziz gun is decrewed. But Talisman might not realise this. He should, because he should know that he's taken out that Ziz gun. And Ikab neglecting to recrew it immediately. All these Maxim crews have been sitting on this right hand side of the field for half the game as well, rather than pushing. Here we go. Talisman moving in. Sensing blood. Marked vehicle been used against the IS against the Panther. Oh, it hits a mine. Panzer 4. Where was the Panzer 4 in all this? Could have moved that in as well. Oh, the Jagdpanzer. Why you, Talisman? Retreat the Jagdpanzer. Pull it back. Why you? Why? Ah! are you doing? But the Panzer IV is going to find the other ISU, other SU-76. It's now a Vet 5 Panzer IV versus the ISU. Who's going to win? He reverses around with Blitzkrieg. He gets a penetration shot. Meanwhile, the VP's been capped up in Talisman's favour. Panzer IV is going ham. One more shot is needed to penetrate and finish off the ISU. Will he get it? Oh, he misses. He's going to try and get out of there. If he gets snared here, he's going to be in trouble. Mark Vehicle. Sorry, not Mark Vehicle. Button has gone in. Meanwhile, Mortar Team is being killed elsewhere. SU-76 could have come in and helped on the side of here, but I guess he was so busy trying to save his ISU that he didn't get it back. You know, he didn't micro this. He's now bringing this over. Raketin could turn about face to help out here. Meanwhile, back at the base, fresh squads moving out. Unlucky not to get that last shot in against that ISU. Stuka shot coming in again. Gonna potentially destroy the entire Ziz gun. Does not. Why does Talisman not destroy the Ziz gun? Talisman still has enough fuel and resources to call on another vehicle if he so wishes to. Whereas IKAB is just constantly calling the SU-76, which is not the right play. And also, why is Talisman recruit? He should recruit that mortar. He's not got many units. He's trying to take any available unit he can here. He's going to go for the left-hand side VP. Sturm's there to help out. And VP control back in favour of Talisman. It's very desperate considering, you know, Talisman only has 14 VPs remaining. He needs to keep all his infantry around the VPs at the moment, to be honest. Central VP getting capped. ISU still getting repaired. Remember, both engineer squads here haven't got veterancy, so they're not going to repair quite quickly. SDG's now on the over squad, but they're up against Vet 3 guards from range. They're not going to do too well. Meanwhile, that Vet 3 ISU is delivering some killer blows against that Panzer IV. Going to force it back. Meanwhile, Raketin will be able to find a shot in against this ISU now, but one shot from the ISU will finish off this Raketin shot. Raketin easily. Also, this house is going to go down soon. Grenade goes in, easily dodged though by Talisman. Stuka shell coming in again. But where was that? Again, these Stuka shots. Like, well, we've had 3 Stuka shots in a row now that have done nothing. Talisman not doing well with the Stuka compared to his first one. Meanwhile, left-hand side VP is getting captured up. He's going to move the Raketin forward to try and get the cap on the VP. Maxims, though, sitting around, could be positioned over the middle VP and stopping his opponent from grabbing it. Now he brings them over. Panzer IV is getting fully repaired. I think Talisman's just going to quickly try and save up again for another Panther, but he needs another 25 fuel. He needs to wait. He needs to hold on for another minute. He needs to hold on for just literally one more minute, and he'll be able to call on another Panther, which will probably help him out. Why hasn't IKAB recruit that Ziz gun, man? He needs to recruit that. ISU's on HE rounds, so this Panzer IV is going to go to town here. Here come the SU-76s to push back against the Panzer IV. Where's the Raketin? The Raketin's in a good spot. Oh, a double whammy here from the Panzer IV and the Raketin. Takes out one of the SU-76. Looks like the Panzer IV is going to push in here. The Raketin does go down though. It has been marked. It has not been. Sorry, it's been buttoned. Grenade coming in. Damaged engine onto the Vet 5 Panzer IV. ISU swapping rounds over to armor piercing. SU-76 going down. Panzer IV probably going to die very soon as well. Here comes a Stuka round. Not too great there. Panther though is coming out. Vet 5. Panzer IV is kaput. However, the Panther is out. There is nothing to stop this Panther from circling around this IS-2, and Talisman's going for it. He's also had enough munitions to pop on Mark Vehicle. He's also been Mark Vehicled himself, but he's been buttoned by the guards, so he can't get around this IS-2 as quickly as he'd like. Here he goes. He's going to get grenaded though, which is going to give the IS-2 enough time to be able to reverse around to get a decent shot in. One more shot from either unit will close the deal here, but the Panther's going to get around in time. The Panther's probably going to get the kill here. Wait, no! One more shot needed! The Panther is circling around the IS-2. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? No! He gets main gun! Main gun crit! And that is all she wrote. Oh god, the main gun crit by the PTS rifles. The main gun crit. Oh no, Talisman must be kicking himself now. I feel for him. That's twice now that IS-2 has gotten away on like 5%. Talisman sticking into it to the bitter end, ends up losing his last over squad. Stuka shot coming in to try and save the day, but it's not going to happen. All ICAB needs to do is cap up the VPs and end the game. There's nothing ICAB can do, and that is pretty much game over. Yeah, that's GG. So what did we learn from this game, guys? What did we learn? Let's have a little summary of this amazing game. I think both players had some big faults at hand, especially Talisman. Like the Panzer II that did fuck all this game. Reminds me of the Panzer II that did that. My Panzer II that did fuck all against Brummy last night. I think, you know, I feel like in his Stuka got more kills in like one barrage than the Panzer II got in 20 minutes. You know, so I definitely think that, you know, his first Stuka was, you know, if he hadn't lost his first Stuka, I think Talisman might have had, you know, had this game. If he had microed, if he had tried to come in from the flanks more often, he would probably have won this game. Same thing to, like, you know, ICAB. ICAB could have won this game a lot sooner, in my opinion. He kept on going for just pure SU-76s to support his ISU when he had plenty of fuel just to go for maybe an SU-85 or even get a couple of T-34s to support his army, which would have been a lot better, in my opinion. You know, neglecting to repair his vehicle crews. Like, he didn't, you know, not picking up that Ziz gun into the later stage of the game, which would have been very handy. You know, a lot of the time, he had half his army, he had all he had like 2 maximum squads on this right-hand side of the field, sitting here idle for maybe 15, 20 minutes of the match, when they could have been helping out or pushing in and trying to close the pocket on Talisman. So I think both players had some major mistakes this game and could have improved. You know, could have played a lot better, in my opinion. You know, still a pretty good game. You know, both, you know, the fact that both players made some crucial mistakes here made it for quite an entertaining game and quite a close game in the end. When it really, ICAB should have won a lot sooner, in my opinion. Especially with how the Panzer II just did nothing. You know, but that being said, though, remember at the start of the game, Talisman had a really good early game. Remember, he had such a good early game. Talisman was doing so well. He cut his opponent off 3 times. He had the Panzer II out, which was uncontested for a while. You know, he had the Panzer II out. Probably, you know, the Ziz gun came out around about the same time the Panzer II came out, but he just didn't make the Panzer II work. You know, the Panzer II just kept on getting fended off by either the one guard squad or the one Ziz gun squad, and so the Panzer II just not making things happen. And also Talisman's infantry preservation this game was incredibly poor. ICAB's infantry preservation was really good this game. If I had to say something about that, you know, ICAB on point with the infantry preservation. Can't really fault him for that. One mistake was having the machine gun. His machine gun got quite out of position on the right hand side and got grenaded out of the house due to infiltration grenades. And the other squad that he lost, the conscripts, was due to a Stuka on retreat. You know, that's bound to happen every now and then. But, you know, Talisman, on the other hand, you know, losing squads to grenades, late retreats on his Volk squads, not, you know, T-70 picking up a couple of squads and retreat here and there because he, you know, not neglecting to get, like, Raketting out into the late stage of the game. And, yeah, so that's my analysis of that match. And, yeah, I think ICAB, you know, ICAB's vehicle, micro, wasn't bad per se, but he wasn't aggressive enough. He could have been a lot more aggressive at certain points. Especially also with his infantry on the right. Yeah, the Russian failed to tech when he had resources to do so. He was content with just going SU-76s. Maybe he just he liked them because he wanted to have